Assalamu alaikum, my friends. It's time to get back to it today. Work on the next step of this Nkisi and nkondi I'm carving. True story, kind of funny. The fourth video that I put up ended up being taken down for nudity because the little behind of the Nkisi was realistic enough that the algorithm tagged it as nudity. Under review, they looked at it and went, oh gosh, it's just a statue, and they put the video back up. That was pretty funny. Today we're going to be getting into some detail work, which is why my beard has been wrangled, because I'm going to be working with the flexible shaft machine, and it's real easy to get caught. And trust me, it's no fun to have something spinning at 1300 RPMs, snag your beard and yank a chunk of it out. So I'm going to get my tools and get to work. All right, so I've done the refining on his nose and on his eyes, did his eyebrows, refined his teeth, and so that's all the work I'll be doing on the head today. I will eventually go in and be doing the sanding, of course, to smooth the skin, but the head is essentially done. We've got to take care of the ears, but that's it. So now I've got to set to work on other parts of him. Unfortunately, the rain is coming, and so I'm going to have to shut it down for today, which is really heartbreaking, because this is the part I get the most excited about, you know, is being able to get in here and start doing these final details where we're really starting to see the expression and the character of the work come out. So hopefully I'll be able to get back to it tomorrow and the rain will be gone, and I'll be able to continue working on him, because I always work on him outside. It's one of the important aspects of this particular Nkisi is that he's created starting with the new moon, and that the work is done under the sky, so that Nzambi Pungo, God in heaven, can see that I'm not setting about to do a work of evil, that this is work done for the benefit of the Khanda, the community. But all right, well, it ended up that the clouds passed, so I was able to keep working. We've done a bunch of refinement on his arms and beginning to work his hands down towards the shape they're supposed to have. Continued thinning his legs and beginning to shape them so now they look like legs instead of just a couple of stumps. Starting to work his feet down so they'll eventually be a lot smaller than that. And like I say, got the detailing done on the nose, got the rest of his eyes worked in, put eyebrows on him, distinguished the line where his teeth meet. Turn him around here. And so we are getting very, very close here. Don't know if I'll get to the point today where I'll be putting his clothes on him tomorrow, but we're certainly getting close. I've got to take a little bit off of that arm there, right there where that bump is. But I'm going to keep working for a bit more, given that the rain has decided to pass us by. I'd sure like to get real close to being done today. But all right, I'll keep you informed. Alrighty, well, we have got the majority of everything done. We have put the markings for where we'll be carving his toes. They're not his toes themselves, the markings for where his fingers will go. We've got him pretty much sorted out. I'll be doing 2 more passes. I'll be doing a shaping pass. That's when we'll distinguish the toes and the fingers, and possibly some other touch-up stuff. And then there'll be a smoothing pass where we'll go over him with 400 grit sandpaper and just smooth the surface of the Nkisi so that it's nice and smooth. Got a little bit of smoothing to do in between the legs where we got some rough wood there. But fundamentally, he's about done. I see a little bit of shaping I need to do in his face yet, and probably need to take just a little more off to round his head a little bit more on this upper right side. But more or less that's it. Once we've done that last shaping pass and we've done the smoothing pass, then it'll be time to make his clothes and his jewelry. This is one of those things that sometimes kind of bugs me, is that the hands, the way they're portrayed on the hips, are not anatomically correct. And while it is the traditional way in which they're done, it kind of bugs me because I'd rather have them be anatomically correct, but you know, we're trying to stick with tradition here. The whites of his eyes will be painted white and his pupils will be black. That still has to happen, of course, as part of the dressing process. And of course, we still have to put the opening in his abdomen where the mirror will go. But other than that, we're very, very close. A shaping pass, a smoothing pass, and do his clothes. And it is an Nkisi and nkondi. All right, well, it's been a bit of a long day and a hot day again. Boys, it's been hot. And that's why I keep my hair in you know, Lakota braids like that, because it's just the easiest way to keep it off my neck, or otherwise I'd just be dying on here, dusty in my beard. But Salam alaikum, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of us working on this Nkisi. I figured I'd take this last moment here to just answer another couple of questions that I got, because I'm actually kind of enjoying this you know, Q&A thing that's happening here as people are writing me and asking me questions. The first question is, what happened to your face? Meaning the big dent I have in my face on this side. Let's just say that back in my younger days, I was a very rough and tumble character, got in a lot of fights, and that's the result of one of the many fights I had in my youth. And the other question is, do I work on canes and things like that? And yes, absolutely. I do follow for the muertos, so I do canes and I do staves, and I also carve like Norse gods and things like that. So I do. There's a lot of other things I do other than just the Nkisis. But in any event, I'm going to bid you a fun to do, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next step in this process. Malaku Salah.